King news, my lovely, wonderful people. Clarke, a former, highly placed, legal personnel in the country, a senior advocate of Nigeria, Clarke, has said, Tinubu Atiku, do you want to hear the truth? Should I advise you? Will you listen? He says, sir, speak. He said the Supreme Court decision is already fixed as we speak. You've not filed it, but I can tell you the verdict of the Supreme Court, and you've not filed your objection or contest of the appeal court or what happened. But I can tell you the decision of the Supreme Court, unless we are not in Nigeria. I will advise that you let this go. Some will say, try. Others will say, listen to the words of advice. In whatever part of the lines you find yourself, we just want the truth to be manifested so that Nigerians, can have the opportunity for a fresh breath of air. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Let's get all the details. Supreme Court decision already fixed. Nothing can change it. Atiku'S, please be warned and be prepared. Nothing will come out of the Supreme Court. A senior advocate of Nigeria, an elder statesman, Clarke, has positioned that the presidential candidate of the People Democratic Party (PDP), Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, and the Labour Party, Peter Obi, should not go to the Supreme Court. He said he will return defeated again. Any attempt to overturn the ruling of Progressive Congress outcome of the 2023 polls, I tell you, we end in futility. Already, the decision of the Supreme Court has already been decided even before you file your appeal to them. Recall that the Presidential Election Petition Court, heard on Wednesday, September the 6th, unanimously dismissed the suits by Obi and Atiku and affirmed the electoral victory of the All Progressive Congress (APC) of the February 25th candidates Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Kashim Shettima, despite the weight of evidence showing otherwise. However, Obi and Atiku, in separate reaction, rejected the verdict of the tribunal and has vowed to challenge it at the Supreme Court. Speaking on Channels Television on Sunday, the senior lawyer observed that the unanimous tribunal judgment, which affirmed the victory of Tinubu, is already fixed. It's the same thing you will meet at the Supreme Court. According to him, the tribunal judgment was detailed and thorough. Hence, options that you will go to Supreme Court and they will change or overturn what has been said by the appeal court is very, very sketchy and dicey. From my experience of the bar, I believe that the unanimous judgment of the tribunal is unaccessible. It is fixed. It's as fixed as fixed, and nothing can change it unless God. I assure you, if there is an appeal, I doubt whether anyone can come out with something different. I doubt if the Supreme Court can overturn the judgment of the tribunal. I made this submission because almost all the issues raised by the tribunal has been looked upon, and they gave judgment one after the other on all the cases. The lawyer added that in Atiku'S case, points of base were converged, and according to the law, when you converge points of facts, you must provide particularly upon particular evidence upon which you want the court to make pronouncement. Clarke noted that the tribunal dismissed Atiku'S case because his lawyers didn't provide any material or facts before it. Atiku failed to raise issues on points of law. How could he get a judgment in his favor, he queried. On the petition by Peter Obi, Clarke pointed out that almost all issues raised by them, including the status of Abuja, has been raised upon by the Supreme Court in previous times. Hence, to get a different judgment, I can assure you, is going to be difficult. His words, almost all the 4 items that the Labour Party asked were decisions that have been heard or upheld by the appeal court before. So what are you asking the Supreme Court to do? To sit and look at your case again? I can tell you that the judgment will not be different. The difference will not really make any much, you're going to waste your time and more. But I will advise that people begin to look for opportunity to make a difference in this situation and to accept things the way they are. So this is what our brother is saying. He said he has looked at the whole thing and he can assure you for free that nothing is going to come out of all that is happening right now. Okay, he said nothing is going to come out. He said because looking at it is like it's set in stone. It's set in stone already. He says all these people, they'd already, you see, their mind is made up. Their mind is made up. Is made up. So don't think that, you're going to get a different answer almost immediately. Say you're not going to get it. You're not. So you're not going to get it. He says so people should be rest assured that the Supreme Court judgment, he can tell it even before they file the appeal. The Supreme Court. He said he can tell what the answer from the Supreme Court will be. That Nigerians must be wise and read between the lines. Anyway, my people, that is Robert Clarke, a senior advocate of Nigeria, and as you can see, he's an elder statesman. He's saying that from where he's standing on, okay, he said all these all these things that are going on, it is clear that Nigerians needs they need a new orientation in terms of changing the course of what is going on. Nigerians needs to rise up and ensure that truth is being dispensed and nobody is taken away from that. If there's any time in the history of our nation where everybody needs to rise up, that time is now. Okay, we cannot be quiet. Previously, before you hear anything about it, you just be hearing it faintly, but it will not get to the ends of the world. Today, the world is a global village. The whole world is a global village. So where people are trying to manipulate the system, you just get the memo. Hey, this is going on. And everybody can truly understand what's happening. So we want the change. We sincerely, truly do want the change. We don't want the same thing over and over again. We are tired of the status quo. We want, we want the real change that we've all been envisaging. We want this country to move forward, and we want people to begin to see that things can be different, that indeed we can have, what we are looking forward to. A government that cares for the people, a government that have a heart for the people, a government that is ready to work for the people, not some Tom, Dick, and Harry, or some persons who do not really care or concern about, what's going on. We need honest, sincere, and truthful people who will do everything, humanly speaking, possible to ensure that Nigeria becomes, a better nation and a better place. So these are possibilities and things that are happening, and every one of us needs to understand that we cannot continue with the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. If we want things to be better, this is the time to arise. Okay, where you speak out, you don't be silent in face of oppression going on in the country. Currently, we are being oppressed by the political class. Those who you thought are doing something for the nation. Honestly, sincerely speaking, most of them are just looking out for themselves and just looking at how they could possibly, get something, for themselves, not because they care for the people. Okay, Nigerians' problem is so much that it will take God. It will take God for us to be able to change some of those things. We need God. We need God like yesterday. We need God because the problem, the matter, a rich neck. When you look at all the resources that we have and how much better we could have been compared to what we have now, you will sincerely feel for this nation. You will sincerely wish that, things become better. You will wish it. You will wish it. You will want to see that things become better. Leave us a comment. God bless. Bye for now.